What is your take on using vibration inside the mouth, using vibratory toothbrushes inside the mouth? What do you feel about that input?
So I have two different. I have Talk Tools has a new tool. I forget what it's called, Sensi, and I also have the Z Vibe. I love both of them. I carry both. I wouldn't leave without them. Let's put it that way. They're my favorite tools to use when I'm working on oral motor skills. I think that there's so many different uses for these tools that I just feel that, the $30 is so worth it. For toothbrushes, I'm not sure how it is in India, but in the US, you can get a vibrating toothbrush for $5. So it is affordable to get a vibrating toothbrush. And for kids that are really craving that oral input, they're great. And it's not a very expensive modality to really help. Um, in my pediatric practice, I feel as though brushing teeth is one of the most important things that I address. And so, kids who have any type of oral defensive, so if a child's had like an NG tube, they're at such a greater risk for oral aversion. Kids that just don't want anything inside their mouth, like we need to make sure that kids are brushing their teeth. It's really important because if kids don't brush their teeth, then they're going to have dental issues and then they're going to have pain, and it's going to really make the problems much worse than just the original oral aversion. So I start families at 6 months. There's toothpaste that doesn't have fluoride, and there's little things that you can put on your finger just to sort of start massaging the gums and getting used to putting it in the routine that beginning brushing teeth. I also, Deborah Beckman has a brushing teeth program that is on YouTube, and I've just adapted it over the years. And I take pictures of the children. So she says, they're not spitting yet, so you can do it anywhere. They can brush teeth in front of the TV. They can do it in the bathtub. They can do it anywhere. And so she recommends that you do the same exact thing every single time. Because if a child doesn't want the toothbrush in the mouth and the parent is coming at them, dad does it this way, mom does it this way, brother does it this way, right? And it's different every time. It lasts different amounts of time. And so it can be just too much for children. So Deborah Beckman says, do it the same every time. So I take pictures of the children and I put it in a vertical schedule, because children who don't read don't know like left to right or right to left, depending on how you read. And so in a vertical schedule, I have pictures of the children with the toothbrush in the different sections of their mouth. So it would be, top left, bottom left, top right, bottom right, and front. And they follow this routine, this picture schedule routine, every single time that they go to brush their teeth. And they send me their pictures. I print it out, I laminate them, and I'll make them a couple copies in case, they're at grandma's 3 days a week or whatnot. Sorry, check outside. And I've just found that to be extremely successful. I've been using that for over 10 years, and I haven't had any parents say it doesn't work. So I'm really a proponent of making sure that all occupational therapists are addressing teeth brushing and making sure that if the family is struggling, that we help them out. A lot of times I will say, do you want me to show you? And I'll say, I'm going to restrain your child a little bit to get started. Are you going to be comfortable with that? And most of the time the parents are like, yeah, like she thinks she knows what she's doing, and then I'll get started and they'll be like, oh my goodness, I've never been able to do that before. But it's just, 1, 2, 3, and you stop and then touch, and then 1, 2, 3, stop. 1, 2, 3, stop. 1, 2, 3, stop, and if you have the picture schedule, you can do it in order. And then as they tolerate that, then you go up to 5 times each section, and then you go up to 10, and then 15, and then 20, right? And so you're building the ability for the child to tolerate that toothbrush. So if you're having trouble at home, I recommend you try it.
I have heard people say, and therapists say, that there's this danger of getting overstimulated with these vibrators inside the mouth if they're left for too long with the child. What is your view about that? Or is it just a myth?
I really feel as though, if a child is really craving that input, then I would allow them to have it, because it's going to make them feel good. I can't imagine a child would continue. Um, they should never be left unattended. But, our brains stop receiving input anyways after 20 minutes. So it's sort of like an ice pack, it doesn't do any good after 20 minutes. And same with the vibration. So you wouldn't, you know, I haven't ever seen a child do anything really long, so I have an uneducated opinion about that. But if it's problematic, they shouldn't continue, right? Like, we're not leaving kids unattended. So if there's an adverse reaction to something, we would not